Ladies
What's
and
up,
gentlemen,
everybody?
here we go. We got a lot to talk about.
Wow.
Gehraiyaan.
Take a deep breath.
I gotta
and,
mentally
relax a little
understand.
This was a very
wow.
cerebral movie.
This, there were a lot of twists at the end, especially, but like, wow, I did not expect.
Right there, when they're on the yacht.
Yeah,
That's where that old lady was on.
Yes, I recognized her. I just was confused. I thought she was.
Well, just the fact that she brought that up, it's like the fact that that old lady brought it up means that old lady is going to bring up who is that man with you, and then what's going to happen next is the girl is going to be like, you were with him, and then she's got to tell it all.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. That was what a great way to end it, I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
here's
subtle
your opening
way.
to
because
make things right.
Her friend was, or her sister, I guess you could say. Was saying we're caught in a loop. We need to let go of the past. And by that old lady coming up to her, saying, "Hey, don't I know you?" Like that's when she can finally tell the truth to her sister and be like, "Hey, I accidentally killed Zayn because of what he was trying to do to me," and like.
But it wasn't my fault.
Because otherwise they're gonna.
Yeah, we just jumped right into the ending.
We needed to bring it up. You know
I know.
I mean?
Sorry, we just
jumped
into
to.
spoilers.
Yeah, we're talking about the ending.
I'm sure you guys are coming from the React video. So
yes, we're talking about Gehraiyaan.
We don't know how to pronounce it.
Check out our watch of that. But wow,
what does that even? We need to understand the meaning of that word.
We can look it up. But meanwhile, what did you guys think of the movie? While I look this up.
Well, Ben,
what an interesting movie. So the first like 40 minutes or 45 minutes, I felt like I was watching a soap opera ish, just like really like.
I agree. There was some.
Yeah.
The vibe was very like I don't know. It was more of a drama, like soap opera. Like there's
the
cheating
depths.
on.
Okay.
Oh, water probably.
Oh
okay, yeah. There was definitely
a
lot of
themes to the waves.
Of the waves.
Okay, what were you saying?
But so this was such an interesting movie because the first half an hour or so is it moved pretty. Their relationship, their fling, really moved really quickly to that point, and it felt like a soap opera ish type feel. And by soap opera, I mean just. Kind of everything's kind of surface level. They're all about the emotional and physical, and it's just like the really cheesy love scenes and such. And it was just like, okay, we've seen this before. It does feel like a Hallmark movie-esque.
Not
at the beginning.
Exactly
Hallmark is terrible acting. These are good actors,
right?
Yeah.
But so it felt like kind of all like glossy and just kind of nothing. Too much.
Well, we knew it was going to lead somewhere.
Right.
Like, we knew there were.
We were wondering when stuff was going to start going down.
Right. It did have it. I agree. It did have a really slow build at the beginning, and like, you didn't really. We knew it was going to lead somewhere, but they did focus a lot on, like, the cheating aspect almost. Like it was just like, ooh, they're they're getting to know each other, and they're cheating. And that was like, I don't know, it was tough to watch that part just because it was like, man, these people are terrible. Like everyone, except not everyone, but even Alicia, she was like, I mean, she was cheating on her boyfriend and like. Just it was everyone was kind of in the same boat, but then as the movie went along, there were points where you could see, okay, Zayn is definitely the one who is not good in this situation. He's the one who isn't. He keeps trying to protect only himself, and he's using his girlfriend and Alicia to get his way. And that was, so then at that point, you're like, he's definitely the bad guy. And that was interesting to kind of see that shift to him, like, halfway through the movie. We were, like, super against Zayn. And then the twist.
I think we were all as against
Zayn, you know what?
Fair.
We were all as kind of thinking
but we weren't like actively
something...
against him. We were like, oh, this isn't right.
This guy's just kind of
but then he just tried to
type.
Tool.
He just tried to cover his own tail and didn't care about the others. And then so that the twists that happened on the yacht and stuff, that was I did not see that coming. Michael saw it coming.
I said she was going to use her
the yoga skills
to put him in a headlock and then swap it over.
Yeah. See, I thought she was going to die somehow, and then
I was really worried.
I was really worried.
That was intense and
super
it was
intense,
disturbing.
Super well done.
It did its job.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of twists in the twist with her being sisters with Tia. And that whole thing.
I had no idea.
That was
never even crossed my mind.
Came out of left field, but I thought that was really well done, though. Yeah. Even though it was kind of out of left field, like it still. I loved how she grew closer with her father through that.
But it wasn't out of left field in that. No, it made so much sense to the story.
It did because
we just weren't thinking about it. Yeah, but it perfectly made sense.
They hinted at it throughout the movie. We just kind of were focused on Zayn.
Yeah, we were pissed off.
And then they're like, "Wait, what?" So and that was so interesting. Her conversation with her father at the end there, and how her father was like, "Yes, like my wife made mistakes, but that didn't define her." In a way, and you need to move past your mistakes. So that was really, I thought that whole conversation was really interesting. I don't know.
Getting stuck was the common theme. Like she felt that she was just stuck where she was with the guy that she had been with for 6 years. Karan, and it was interesting because she didn't want to repeat what her mother had fallen into, but she didn't realize that she literally was doing what her mother had done to her.
It was the cycle without like that was fascinating.
I think that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because to get out of that cycle, she has to tell her sister, basically come out and say, hey, this is everything that I did. And that's breaking the cycle right there. So that was kind of interesting.
At the end there, and they left it up to the imagination if she actually told her sister or not, which I like how they did that.
Yeah,
right. I like movies that end that way, where it's like, oh, leave it up to the imagination, kind of. Did she do it or did she not?
Yep, very interesting.
But yeah,
Shah
Kun.
Shakun Batra.
Sakun Batran. I don't know.
Did,
the director and writer.
And this was really good. I mean, not quite. In my eyes, it wasn't quite as good as Kapoor and Sons.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But still, this director knows how to to add twists and I mean, I'm all for this director.
I'll say that I will agree with that. This was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
It was made so well. We've seen a lot of movies that don't have this much thought put into the story that this did.
Yeah.
There were twists, there were turns. It kept your attention. It kept my attention throughout the whole movie, which is hard to do for a long friggin' movie.
Yeah.
And they did it so well because they brought you through this thing and you were invested in it. I don't know why it's so lowly rated. It does not deserve
let us know in the comments,
guys. I saw that it was so divisive. We need to. I don't know really.
This is way better than a 5.8.
Oh,
100%.
Just take a look at the reviews. Let's see what people are saying. Just a glance.
Well, hang on.
Let us know.
I'm going to look at Letterboxd.
No. I got to finish my point. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
All right.
Get off the phone. This was a great movie. The way that this plot worked, it was so well done.
Yeah.
This was an amazingly well-made movie.
I think it was
from
satisfying.
Start to finish. It really wrapped
this
up
director needs more credit.
Yeah.
He is making amazing movies that are real. It's raw, it's life. This is not which might be why it's divisive. I think
that's why
it's a
divisive,
deep, it's a dark movie. It's not meant to make you feel necessarily good. But let me tell you, at the end of the movie, I felt great.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie. And the way that they brought it along, I thought was so realistic because you start out super passion, and then you realize the douchebaggery, and then you get brought through to the end, realizing that this guy is just a sackwad that's just wanting to sleep around. And I was brought along that same journey with her. And you can kind of feel that way too. And it's subtle, the way that they brought it around. Like, oh, by the way, now he's going to kill him.
Great because it's all so natural. Like, the progression of the story was so natural. Yeah. Throughout the whole thing, it was done really well. Even the twist, the twist at the end, that was also like a natural progression into that.
Okay, so this is so okay. Guys, we just pulled up. I'm gonna hate myself. Insane. I'm gonna pull this up on the edit because look at this chart, guys. Okay. I gotta remember to do this, but
we gotta write that down.
So there's always indie movies always have a huge 10-star rating because people love and they're fanboys,
so
right?
We disregard those two.
But there's also a negative 1-star. Which, look at this middle average, though. Yeah. You're right around 7, which I agree with, because that's what it should be rated.
That's fascinating. What do people have? We need to understand.
Someone doesn't like this director. I bet you that's what it
I need to understand. I'm going to search this up right now.
Go to the reviews. I'm just curious to see
user reviews.
I'm so confused.
Oh, yeah.
Unnecessarily emotional, improbable plot loopholes.
I don't know.
I understand. Like, I'm not quite as high on it as you guys are, but
I don't see the unnecessarily emotional.
Woody, it copies. That's what I have heard. It copies Woody Allen's
Match
Point. I don't even.
It did it well.
Who cares? This was. I haven't seen Match Point, and I.
No. Okay, so this guy said, seriously, this movie's not written and directed for an Indian audience. That could be fair.
Yeah, because
he says so unrealistic. I I don't think that's true at all.
Final rating 0 out of 10.
Yeah, no, this guy's wrong.
It's definitely fabricated very specifically.
Don't let these bend. You're letting the reviews get to you. This movie's an amazing movie.
There was a comment that said romanticizing adultery. I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't. The whole movie is about the ending.
You can see where it went.
Yeah.
The cheating happened. It messed up their lives.
It totally did.
I don't think it
shows the consequences.
This is a great movie. I understand if maybe it wasn't made for an Indian audience because it did feel very American. Well, the way it was shot and stuff like that,
or just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what
there was no dance, there was no story.
It didn't have any music.
Yeah, there's certain maybe things that an Indian audience would want, but this was a great
let us
movie.
know in the comments what you think. This was this.
Wow, there's some deep rooted. I think we need to understand the
I'm sure we'll get a lot of comments kind of explaining why there's
ugly love drama with poor characters which cannot be watched with family. Okay, so that might be they don't like that you can't watch it with the family.
Yeah, that's true. It is more mature, I would say.
Just meaningless ways. Yeah. I don't agree with this. Yeah. So, some people are saying it's glorifying adultery. I saw that a few times.
Yeah. Interesting. Is this considered a pretty risque movie?
I would
probably
say,
risque with the scenes,
and
but
the
also
language too. And
for sure the language.
Okay,
but arguably more realistic.
Yeah, because we've watched Succession, and in a corporate environment, you are going to be there's tons of cursing involved,
with swearing,
swearing,
sure.
And it's.
Us in America, this is like nothing. This is
right. I just don't know.
American movies all the time, in American movies.
Yeah, I guess I'm maybe this is a break from traditional.
I think it is in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know because it is more like honestly, it is. I think it's a fair point that it's probably like a typical Americanized thriller type.
Yeah,
which is probably
corporate. Why we like it, or I like it.
And we did love Succession, which is the American TV show where it's very cutthroat and
we loved it.
It's something where you look into it and you do not want to be a part of anything that's what's shown on the screen,
right?
Which is the same with this one. You just
the characters.
It's a cautionary tale.
Well, and this the reason why they brought this up, and this is why it could be divisive because I think and we'll probably get a lot of comments on how it's glorifying adultery. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that it's glorious. It's not, because
Well,
the ending
if
it's
you watch
all
the way
about
through,
the
if you
problem
watch
with
the whole
adultery.
movie,
The whole
you
movie
can-
is
yeah.
this is what happens
Yeah.
when you cheat.
Well, yeah, because you could see how
It ruined her life.
It ruined
like,
her
mother's
boyfriend,
life
her
and
mother
her life.
Yeah.
ruined the dad's life, basically.
Very confused as to what. Yeah, it's. I mean, cautionary. That's why we watch cautionary tales.
It affects.
It may not. That might not be popular in India. Cautionary tales.
And it's tough to project what is or isn't
Let us know.
popular. But,
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, it is confusing in terms of, it seems like, and based on the ratings, literally it seems like this is very divisive and there's some deep rooted.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the app, because it's
Average
literally
is-
about 30 and 30.
If you take those out, we literally could do the data collection, but we
yeah,
won't.
and
But
I literally
it would be around.
I think that's a really good placement for a rating for like this type of movie.
Yeah.
Like right around
It would
that area,
probably
like
be around the 7. Yeah, 7.
yeah,
plus
7
mark, yeah.
and 8, between 7 and 8. Like that
Yep.
seems to be a very fair rating for this type
Right.
of movie.
Yep.
8 would be the average, right? Which is
But
kind of
the
normal
two-
for
yeah,
Indian
the
movies.
Yeah, the
There's
highest.
a lot of 2 stars. Interesting how
It's
how did
it would be
average out
interesting.
to
It'd probably be
5.8?
around 7.
That's-
Probably 7.8.
Yeah, I was looking at
7.6.
Letterboxd. I mean, I was looking at Letterboxd too, and it seems like pretty divisive as well. 2.9
cannot-
out of 5. Yeah.
This is. Oh,
I
wow.
can't wait for
the
the
ones and
comments.
5. So at
Yeah,
least
I'm
Letterboxd
excited
is
to
just.
see what
They're
you all
not
think
doing
in
any of the
comments.
voting brigades, but it's a lot
That's
of
funny.
threes.
How many
which
ratings?
is interesting. I don't know. Let's take a look.
Because to be
Click the
fair,
directors. Nah, I just want to see what other
Saku
films.
This is an
Batra.
investigation right now.
well, we're
That's
just
showing-
trying to figure it out. You know why though, guys? Because we all like this was a good. This
It
was
was
not
good
a
entertaining
5.8.
movie.
It-
No,
Yeah.
I've seen some.
We're trying
In
to
our
figure out what's
opinion,
wrong.
Yeah, this was not a 5.8.
No, because this
So
is why
Kapoor and
we're so
Sons-
confused.
Okay, Dawn. That might be.
This
we'll have
had
to
more
check that out.
complexity to it
Then-
than.
Ekman-
I
quite a
like
few-
complex movies.
Yeah, there was also we've seen some higher rated movies that were very.
Not.
we don't want to get into that.
We can't say
can't
those.
get into
Can't you
that.
believe they're doing
We get
another
so
Planet of the
many
Apes?
hate
Did you hear about
comments.
that? They're doing another
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
When did that happen?
That's
I
a
don't
detour.
know.
And a half.
Anyways,
Yeah.
sorry, it just popped up.
But yeah, should we get to ratings?
Yeah, let's get to ratings.
Oh,
Overall
I just
thoughts.
saw Ben's already. I think Michael and I are gonna rate this the same. And Ben will go lower.
Yeah, so
Ben is a
I gotta-
sucker for the ratings, the
Ben,
reviews.
no,
he
like
falls for
Ben
it.
is like, oh, this is great, and then
He looks
no.
and he's like, we got to look at what the other people thought. You
I'm
can't
trying
go
to-
with the don't
No,
go
no,
with
no,
the
no.
review.
That's why I'm gonna rate it way higher than what they rated.
No, but you're letting them get to you.
No, I'm a grown man. I can give my own rating.
No.
No, okay, then I'll have. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Before I guess we get to the rating. So like the acting was like very solid throughout,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
appreciative, and I thought the script was pretty good because I think they let the actors just kind of improvise in terms of just. I mean, it felt more intense because
Right.
it felt
Yeah,
more like
I
a
agree.
natural conversation.
I agree. Yep.
Which is cool as well. So, it was entertaining throughout. That's for sure. I felt some of the story elements were contrived for sure, but I liked, even though they were contrived, be that may. Well, I don't know how to say
that
it.
as it
Yeah,
may.
be that as it may. It was still a fantastic ending.
Did you like it better than Rozzy?
Now I'm trying to.
Rozzy
that's
was
the one.
good. That was good too, but I
think
mean,
I
I
did.
like this a little.
You like this one better than Rozzy?
yeah.
Okay.
For sure. I think.
been on
what
a
did I
good
even
streak.
rate that? Yeah,
What did you-
I
what about
rated
Queen?
the Rozzy 3.
What did you think about Queen?
Now I'm trying to remember all the movies.
Did you like this better than Queen?
We're trying to get him to rate this higher, guys. That's
that's
our goal.
You're gonna end
We're
up
trying to
doing
get Ben
it.
to rate
I
this
think I
higher.
gave Queen. What did I give Queen? A 3.5. I think
Okay.
I think I
No,
maybe
you
like
gave it a
Queen a little
4.
bit better.
What about English of English?
Oh boy, now I'm mixing. Oh, actually, Queen. Yes, I like Queen better. English of English, I like this a little bit better.
Than English of English? All three of those you rated a 4, by the way. Just so you know, before
Oh,
Interesting. Yeah, so
you got him.
you rate. So, what's your
You gotta
rating?
put that meme on there. Got him.
oh, I gave
I know.
English of English a 4.
And Rozzy,
Ben.
too, yeah.
How about Michael and I give our ratings?
I
Let
gave
Ben
Rozzy-
think
You
about.
gave it a 4.
Let Ben
Ben
reconsider his
I gotta keep you honest with yourself.
Fair enough. I gotta rethink the others then.
I am giving. You want to together?
Yeah. How about you go? Yeah,
I'm torn between two. Okay.
Oh,
for me,
I see what you're.
I'm torn between a 4 and a 4.5.
Okay.
Because I thought this was a good movie.
Yeah.
Where are you sitting at?
I'm at 4.
I'll go 4 too. This was a really good movie.
Yeah, I
was gonna go 4.
4 out of 5, by the way.
But it's really hard to get to 4 because I feel like it's not quite as good as a 4.
Why not?
Ben, why not? Especially the way it ended.
How?
It was so Ben. What do you mean?
It's not at all. This is the most realistic movie we've watched in a while.
There's I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a lot. I love where it takes me in the end, but the journey to get there is very.
I understand. If you're rating it lower because of the beginning. The beginning was.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it
contrived.
is.
You can't argue contrived because that you can argue.
It's not a real it's not.
Contrived, Ben,
it's
I don't
a
know
story,
what you're saying.
and I was never thinking, this is a realistic situation. So
really?
That's where the divide comes.
I don't know, dude. This I thought was a very realistic.
The only
I love the story. I love the characters in the story, but at no point did I think.
Really?
What I'm seeing is something that could have taken place.
You're lying to yourself.
What planet are you on,
Yeah,
Ben?
this is totally wrong.
It's a free country.
It's a wrong.
No, I know.
It's a free country.
I can't.
Well, I can see it.
I can't
if
get
you're
on that
thinking about
boat.
that final twist, I can maybe see if you were thinking that was unrealistic because them being sisters, that is something that
no, it's not necessarily
maybe wouldn't happen. So
it's
not
just
even
the
that
events leading up to. It's it's just things that were just falling into place a little bit too.
I thought it was so natural, but anyway, it's your opinion. It's your opinion.
But I still will round up to a 4.
Okay.
It was really close to a 5, though.
Wait, did you just say round it up to a 4? You were gonna do 3.5.
We got it to a 4.
Yeah,
Let's
you did.
go.
I think you indirectly.
We argued
honestly,
enough for a 4.
This is the one thing. It was very entertaining.
We're not
regardless
forcing you
of
to do a 4, Ben. Whatever you want.
Regardless of.
It kept my retention throughout this movie. Was so in. I was so in this movie, which I was thinking about. So when I watch a movie, I kind of think about midway through, how am I feeling? What am I going to rate this?
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in the middle of the movie, I'm like, okay, I'm still in. I'm in this movie, And then almost done, I was like, I don't know how they're going to wrap this up, but boy, do I care how they wrap this up.
Yeah.
And at the end, I was like, I like this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Deepika is such a good central character because she has such a seriousness about her, which helped kind of
she's
ground
so
the story.
Yeah,
because that's her performance kept me in. Because otherwise, I was feeling oh man, this is kind of crazy.
Zane was a nut. I mean, he was a good actor, but he was definitely that playboy style, dude.
Yeah. And I didn't like it.
That's not the dude.
Yeah,
that's not our dude.
That's not our dude.
That's what we were supposed to feel. But
her
performance really kept
she's a really good actress
much as you could. Yep. So, but the entertainment factor is kind of what pushes me to a 4, to be honest, because I was entertained throughout, and I was never this is boring.
Rajat Kapoor too is a really good act. He played Jitesh in this movie, but he's been in Kapoor and Sons. But I thought was really good too as that character.
Yeah.
He played a very side character, but I thought it was a very
But he was involved in that the messaging back and forth where he's like, hey, I can get rid of her.
He gets stuff done. Yeah, I know.
And then he was part of that. That was wow, that was crazy.
He was trying to kind of blackmail her. Strong.
But let us know what you guys thought.
Yeah,
let us know what you thought. This is crazy. A 5.8. That is crazy. And seeing the rating distribution.
That's the lowest rated movie we've seen, but yet the highest in our hearts.
Even if this is contrived, I've seen a lot worse movies that are rated higher
on IMDb.
Definitely, I would say would be an average around 7+.
We don't even know. Maybe maybe the director got canceled or something. We don't.
We don't know. Is the director crazy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've just never seen that distribution
because this is wild to me. Because and what's nice about the data,
13K.
That's what's nice about the data is that when you look at this, you're immediately.
Oh, look at United States category.
Oh yeah.
Oh my! What? Oh, why are there
7?
That's
wait,
insane.
What?
There's
United
not.
So there's
States
unified
are a
hate.
ton of ones.
Like there's unified.
Well, but
wait.
no, guys. But
Hold on,
all
that
of these
can't
people
be-
are Indian.
Right.
It doesn't matter where they're.
Oh, that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Probably.
That's
You're
a
What
lot
about UK?
Oh my! So there's.
Bangladesh is like, we love this movie.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Canada.
Wow, we're
I'm
trying
gonna pull
to
this
yeah
up
we're trying
and
to
then-
determine what the
I switch.
Well, I just think this is
Yeah.
interesting because from a data perspective, it's so perfect to look at this graph because this is a very because literally all you do is you lop off the two ends and there you got your average.
well from the very small sample size of Americans in the U.S. us German folks, we
We're
will
from
give
America,
it.
yeah.
we're gonna raise that unique.
we're gonna crank it up a tad.
we're
category. We're
from
gonna
US.
definitely raise it.
Out
Although
of
let's
10.
be fair though, a lot of like there's only 350. Like there's not many from United States versus like all the ratings.
Yeah.
It's mainly India.
Well, all that to say is clearly there's some sort
Something
of
going on.
division going on with either
But
the
let us know
director
what.
or
Boy,
the
are the comments gonna go wild.
Yeah,
Let's
that's gonna be
see.
crazy.
All right, guys.
Cool.
Peace out.
We'll see you in the next video.